Hello and welcome to the 7th episode of Lighten Up with Leap, and we are back again with yet another exciting episode, and this episode is exclusively for parents. As parents, we always have this huge responsibility of finding the right place for our kids. Be it extracurricular activities, be it a place where they are learning, school, nursery. But how did we make the decision? And the most important thing, paying for all these classes in a single month. Ms. Aarti Shah, the CEO and founder of the Kiddo app, has made it possible for all of us by bringing all the parental needs under one single umbrella. This is a very interesting app and is definitely a boon to all parents out there who are looking to find the perfect places for their kids or for themselves, who are actually pregnant, who are looking for maternity classes, parental sessions, or finding the right place to shop for their newborn, or if they have a child, finding the right kind of nursery and schools based on ratings, and so much more. So in segment 1, Ms. Aarti Shah explains to us her passion for this app, how it all started, what inspired her to start the Kiddo, and what benefits every parent can get out of this app. So I think we should move to segment 1 without any further delay. Good morning, Ms. Aarti. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you, Aishwarya. How are you?
Very, very well. We are so happy to have you on our show. Thank you so much for joining us. This segment, Break the Ice, is all up to you to tell us about yourself and tell us about the app, the Kiddo, which is becoming the most famous app around in the UAE, helping parents. Helping so many parents, and tell us what inspired you to start this.
So let me just go back by introducing myself. I am Aarti Shah. I'm currently CEO of Kiddo, but before starting on my entrepreneurial journey, I have been a professional with Big Four. So all my career of 12 years has been with the likes of EY and PwC. Now, what is Kiddo? A mom who had been struggling to find out activities for my child, where I actually ended up spending more time in looking for activities than actually spending that quality time with my child. I just said, why not create a marketplace or a platform where parents can just come and they can find out everything related to child development from the age of 0 to 22. At the same time, we needed something where parents can have a mobile payment solution. So as working parents, I don't want to go to my child's school just to make a payment for a school trip. So we thought that why not have a mobile payment solution for the parents? So from Kiddo, with its feature called Kiddo Pay, a parent will be able to make payment to any service provider, whether it's paying for the child's school, whether it's paying for child's meals, whether it's bus services, whether finding out activities in any of the areas of tutorials, sports, fun and play, performing arts, you can do everything. And then there are a lot of other benefits that Kiddo has. So Kiddo, in a nutshell, is a community for parents where they can go and explore, just use Kiddo to make a payment to their existing service providers, or find out reviews and have a lot of other things. We just came up with this idea of Kiddo Card. You can just gift an experience.
I can relate to this so much because I have a 3.5-year-old daughter, and we, like you said, we spent so much time sitting on Google trying to find the exact places, because first we need to see what their interest is, and once you find classes, we are not sure if this is the right place, right? So then we go looking out for reviews, to Google reviews. And then even if it has reviews, when in the back of our mind, this mother brain comes and tells us, oh, is it really legit?
It is genuine,
Or have they used something to just bring in so many reviews? That's one. And thirdly, the most important thing is our budgets and the payments and everything. So everything under one umbrella is what Kiddo is offering all parents out there, and that's something amazing.
You actually raised two very important points. One is well, you find out an institute where you want to send your child for skill development, whatever activity type it is, but then you are always apprehensive whether their reviews are genuine and all. But one very important factor in parent decision making is where your child's friend is going or your friend's child is going. So we have built this thing called friends and family, so you can invite all your friends and you can see where my best friend's child is going, and my daughter is very comfortable, who's only 2.5 now. Why not send them across together, right? So this is a kind of a thing which we have developed. Another thing we have done, when you talked about the payment part of it and the financial burden that parents have. So we have obviously a payment portal where parents can come and just do a click of a button, they can do mobile payments. Also, we have given an option of installments to the parent.
One question, when we are talking about so many service providers and so many classes, so for example, if I identify a service provider, say a keyboard class or whatever, so they should be registered with the kiddo, right?
Yes, we have 200 service providers now which are registered with them, and you can do any transaction with them. You can just use them to make a payment. We registered in 2019, but we actually launched in November 25th, 2019. So we are 6 months old, you can say.
Okay, wow. And 6 months, you have so many developments happening, and the journey wouldn't have been easy at all. And especially when there is so much of IT involved, there's a lot of tech involved. It really takes time to build the app. And especially when it's concerning kids, it's a very, very sensitive thing that we need to be all aware of. So talking about that, how easy or difficult was it for you to launch it on November 25th? Like what were all the hurdles that you had to go through?
So as you rightly mentioned earlier, it's a tech, it's an app. So the biggest hurdle that we had was developing the app. We can do mammoth of things with this small app, but we have to understand what is the requirement right now and just launch it. So that thing, I think that was the first thing. Second thing for the launch, I think for me was talent. To actually launch something like this, we need people in various capacity to be working with you. So yes, you need a IT guy, you need app developers, you need a marketing team, you need people who are your catalog managers who will be looking into the app and will be talking. And then obviously you need business development and sales people as well. So that was the second aspect in looking into talent for a completely new startup. Obviously, and then you have the third hurdle, which obviously combines the first two, is the financial, budgeting and all that. So I think these are the three things: with tech, talent, and money.
So it's very important to understand what other startups have actually faced to reach this position that they are in. So a lot of apps that might be looking at this interview who are or not even started or thinking of starting apps, I think this will be very useful for them. What is one big challenge that you have faced in the current pandemic?
Oh yeah, it's very simple. The first and foremost is the uncertainty that COVID has got in terms of my service providers surviving this time. We have a lot of service providers who are very talented individuals who have come up with their own small companies, their own small niche. My challenge and my concern right now is that how many of those will survive, which I know are very good and should be sustaining in this market because they are very good teachers to the students and the kids that we are looking into. So that's one. And second thing is talent, because we have people. I have a lot of young people working with me who are still kind of staying with their parents. If their parents lose their job, they are leaving the country. So that's a burden on me to arrange how do they stay. So it all boils down to the money part of it and the finance part of it. So talent. So I think and survivability of the service providers and the talent that I need to retain and I want to retain for this market.
Now that we've understood what your challenges have been, what have been your key learnings from this current pandemic?
Well, my key learnings are very simple. Is you need to diversify. You need to think what is the best way to utilize the current talent. You need to be upfront in taking your decisions. We try to diversify in the things which were most relevant at that point of time. So, let's pick up online classes. Let's pick up activity boxes. Let's give back to the society. Let's come up with areas where we can be seen there, but we are also kind of helping a cause in a manner.
However big or small the business is, I think what will survive is a business that makes use of every opportunity, or however bad the situation is, you have to sit and focus and identify what opportunities even this bad situation can give you. And
wow, did you see how the Kiddo app makes life so much simpler for all parents? The biggest concern that parents face is not just finding the right place for their kids, but also the payment options. Every month, if you had to shell out a huge amount of money just for extracurricular activities, then that's definitely going to burn your pocket. Instead, if you had easy installment plans, then there are so many more options that you can look for your kid. And the Kiddo app is definitely the need of the hour. One key takeaway from segment 1 is that it is very important for you to diversify. Diversify irrespective of the field that you're working in, and diversify irrespective of the field where you are offering your services. And that is exactly what will help you strive and get through any sort of. Talking about the passion for the app that she started along with her husband and another friend, moving on to the different services that the app offers, I think it is now time for us to take Miss Aarti through a lane of beautiful memories. Yes, it is now time for segment 2, Down the Memory Lane.
In this segment, I'm going to share a few memories for you. So you have to tell us what this reminds you of. Okay, so it's just like now all this while we spoke about Kiddo, now we're going to talk about Aarti and her life. Okay?
Sure. Let's do it.
So the first picture.
Oh my goodness me. That's my family, my lifeline.
So tell us, I mean, there are 4 of you there. So which one is you?
Yeah. So I think I'm the one on the right hand side from where I look at the camera.
The tall
yes,
one.
No, the youngest one. So this is the 3 of us. We 3 sisters and my baby brother. So we were 3 sisters and a baby brother. My eldest sister passed away when she was 15.
Oh.
This was like around 30 years, nearly 25 years back, But I mean, I have my elder sister and I have a younger brother. They both live in Lucknow still. They are both doctors. I'm the black sheep. I come from a completely doctor family. My parents, my grandparents, my sisters, even their spouses, they are all doctors. So I'm the only odd one out here.
God.
So
how does it feel coming from an all doctor family and you don't even belong to that doctor family? How does it feel?
No, I feel great about it. I think I will the only patient they will get. I think my mom had a really shock of her life when I chose commerce. In your +1 when you choose commerce, bio, maths in India. So I was like, I chose commerce. And she was like heartbroken. A very very long time she was not happy. But I think today she's fine. She's like, okay, we diversified somewhere.
Fantastic. So tell us more about your childhood. Where did you do your school and where did you?
So I am born in a very small place called Lakhimpur, which is like 2 hours away from Lucknow. I did my schooling with St. Don Bosco's, which was a school over there. I did CBSE, and then I did my graduation from Isabella Tobin College in Lucknow, and I did my MBA from Hyderabad. That's where I met my current husband. Current husband is specified that.
So talking about your MBA and meeting your current husband, so tell us about this photo.
Oh my God, this is so silly. Who gave you these pictures? So this is way back when we were not dating. We were best friends. I mean, I think still today our relationship is more of friendship and all. So this was one of the late night studies. We had gone for I think late night dinner somewhere in Banjara Hills, and it is not just 2 of us. There were like 3 other guys who have been cropped in this picture. So so very beautiful time.
Yes. So about those 3 other kids who were cropped from that picture. Are those 3 others these?
Oh my goodness me! This is awesome. Yes. Yes, yes. One of them happens to be my Rakhi brother. Other one is a very close friend, and always third. So Bhavin, my husband, and the other three guys were roommates, and I was their common friend. And they used to actually call me Gabbar because I used to really dominate them a lot. So they would say,
yeah. But tell me, you must have been the person who was responsible for them to pass all their examinations, yes or no? Because they would have definitely.
Let's not go into that. They would pick up all my notes, and then I was sleeping. And I was like, guys, wake up! Tomorrow is a class. Yeah.
I've done that. I've been there. Yeah. So one last picture in this segment. I'm sure
oh my god,
very, very special. But this is not very old. This is very, very new. But I absolutely loved this picture. Tell me more about this.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, that's my daughter and my son. Obviously, obviously, I mean, they are the most two important people in my life today. Everything I'm doing today, what I'm today, the idea of Kido is all because of them. So yes, this is closest to my heart today. This is the best way to tell my friends with whom I was only connected to Facebook and to Insta that yes, we had a daughter, and my son Ayan had a baby sister called Amira.
So sweet. And so how excited was he?
He was very excited. So we had like a 2-hour photo shoot because we were doing her baby shoots as well for my daughter. And he was in there in between, and there are some very cute moments that they had together. I have to say, he was just sick. So after some time, he was like, okay, I'm done. I mean, it's beautiful. I love her. This is great. I feel like it's celebrating, but I'm done. Yeah.
So sweet. I think these boys always, I mean, I always love elder brothers and these big brothers taking care of baby sisters is something so adorable. And I think you're blessed to have these two in your life.
Definitely.
All my life, I have believed that anyone coming from a doctor family would do nothing but become a doctor themselves. But today, Miss Aarti has proved me wrong. Perhaps it was definitely a shock when Miss Aarti decided to choose commerce over medicine, but today I'm sure her mom is so proud of her and her achievements. And by now you guys know what's coming up next. Yes, it's the rapid fire round. 10 rapid questions thrown at our celebrity guests, and let's go check out how Miss Aarti answered our questions.
Okay, question number 1. First celebrity crush.
Salman Khan.
Okay.
Still have.
First and forever celebrity crush, I guess.
I know.
Yeah, 3 people who have inspired you.
My mom, my husband, and I forgot the name of the lady. She's a big entrepreneur in India. Can't remember her name, but yeah, I keep looking at her picture.
Okay, so one talent you would like to inherit from your husband?
Oh, his quest to get more and more knowledge and reading. He's always reading. He's always hearing TED Talks. He's always coming. I mean, yeah, he's always on the internet exploring new ideas, talking about new concepts, all that. Yeah, wow. So I wish I had that.
Okay, lovely. Question 4: morning or night person?
Morning.
Morning, lovely. If you met your 15-year-old self now, what would you tell her?
Keep going, you are awesome.
Awesome, okay. Question number 6, mountain or beach?
Beach.
Question 7, what would you do with your 15 minutes to fame?
15 minutes to fame. Take a lot of selfies.
Okay. Okay. Question 8. What is one thing you would want to put on your bucket list?
On my bucket list, I have so many. One thing is so difficult.
Top priority.
Read 15 books a year.
Read 15 books a year. Amazing. Okay. One habit of yours that you would like to change?
One habit of mine, I would think, just always be occupied with work and always thinking. I just want to have a free mind sometime.
True. Very true. I mean, and especially mother's mind, something or the other is just there in the brain. I keep telling my husband, I mean, it's just, I just have to worry about something, either work or kids or the house being messy or Yeah, it's just something.
Or as simple as that, going to a party, what I'm going to wear.
Exactly. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Last question. If you could trade lives with anyone for a day, who would it be?
Anyone for a day, who would it be? Frankly, can't think of anyone. I'm very happy in my spot here right now. Currently, definitely. Yeah, I think I'm quite happy right now.
Okay, amazing.
No name pops. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, we're done with our 10 questions. That was very
Thank you.
very well answered. Once again, thank you so much for joining us today. It was lovely to have you on our show, Aarti. I hope you enjoyed as much as we did.
Loved it. It was very funny. It's just that I have to find my husband now. Good luck. You're doing an excellent job. This was really lovely. Very refreshing than going through all those technical interviews that I'm going through right now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Yet another very rapid and very interesting rapid fire round, wasn't it? And yes, even I wish that our minds could be free someday, at least one day. That just never happens. Mothers' minds are always filled with thoughts, and especially mompreneurs who are working mothers, it's just impossible to keep their mind free. And that's exactly what Ms. Aarti also rightly pointed out. And there is always this excitement and joy in me while talking to these ladies, because there is something or the other that we can relate to. Having said that, there's another 3 episodes coming up your way in this season of Lighten Up with Leap, which you definitely don't want to miss. And now it's time for me to sign off. Until I see you next week with another interesting celebrity guest. This is Aishwarya saying bye-bye.